All right, so progressing with the hip rotations or with the hip CARs, I'm gonna get into a quadruped position, and same rules are gonna apply. I'm gonna be working, full rotation at the hip joint, and what you're gonna find in this quadruped position is obviously creating a lot of tension through the floor, stabilizing the trunk, just so we can isolate that one joint. Okay, so what that's gonna look like is, again, pushing the floor away, right? And even though, right, again, I'm isolating my hips, I gotta focus on a number of different components that really have to stabilize and maintain position in order to, again, just articulate that hip joint, right? So hands big, long elbows, pushing the floor away, tucking the chin, nice and long, right? And keeping those abs tight. So if I were to place my favorite beverage on my lower back, right, I don't want it to spill. So what I mean by that too is I don't want my trunk to rotate, because it's very easy for me to try to get more range of motion and move here, right? But then I'm not actually working that hip joint, right? I'm doing a number of different things that don't really get me to my goal. So again, pushing the floor away, abs tight, tucking that chin. Now from here, I'm gonna start by extending my hip. I like to first bring my foot slightly up off of the ground, which is going to force me to kind of squeeze and flex at the knee and squeeze that hamstring. And then I'm gonna kick that heel straight back up towards the ceiling, making sure that I'm not rotating at my trunk. So that's about as much extension as I have. Then I'm going to externally rotate and abduct. Going into flexion. And then back down. Resetting my position if I need to. And then I'm gonna go opposite direction. Flexion. Internal rotation and abduct. Into extension. And back down into that starting position, okay? So after each rep, right, you can shake it out. So remember, we want all of our reps to be quality. We want to be able to simply articulate that one joint, right? So creating all that tension can make you really tired, right? Especially as you're slowing down your reps, you're focusing on a nice controlled tempo and making sure that you're not compensating anywhere. So when you're creating all that tension, right, especially in the core, pushing the floor away, right, you can fatigue out. So after that first rep, shake it out, reset your position, right, and work within that 3 to 5 rep range, and then go to the other side, okay? So you're gonna be spending a little bit of time here, but you're really going to identify, okay, just like in the standing position, where are my weak links, okay? So a lot of people lack hip stability, so we're gonna help with that, but because we're creating that tension, in the core, we're really going to be able to work on that hip stability. Because like I said, the hip CARs or CARs in general aren't meant to develop more mobility. They're more so to develop control over the range of motion that we have. So practice each rep with intent and make sure that the reps stay quality. And I guarantee that you're gonna develop more control and your hips are gonna feel a lot better.